So here's going to be your first at-home lab. You can use 2-liter bottles here or 3-liter bottles like I have here. Doesn't matter, so long as the two are the same. I've got 2 different bottles here just to show you that the experiment will work with either one. The first step is to cut the tops off and take the labels off. Be very careful. Now, one of them you're going to have just pond water or lake water. I'm here at Lake Louisville, but you can get this from any of the creeks around Carrollton, ponds, Lake Louisville, whichever. But it needs to be a living ecosystem that you get the water from, not tap water. You're going to have one that has nothing but the water in it. That's going to be our control group. Our control group symbolizes what the pond water was going to do anyway, regardless of the changes that we make. The other one, you're going to put approximately 1 cup of soil or dirt in it, as you saw me do. Then, I don't have it here at this particular spot, but I'm going to do it here in a minute. You're going to add approximately 1 cup of mulch. Mulch is going to represent our inflow of organic matter, things that wash into the pond or creek organically, like dead leaves, sticks, that sort of thing. You're going to put a cup of mulch in here as well. Those are going to contain bacteria, and it's also going to contain, in the organic compounds of the decaying matter, nitrogen, phosphorus, and carbon. You're going to put that in here as well. Then set them in the sun. That's critical. Set them in the sun for 10 days. You're going to take a picture of them every day for 10 days at the same time of day, preferably late afternoon, so that there's enough light to see what's going on. Then like I said, you're going to take a picture of them every day for 10 days. Then make a presentation about it. It can be in Google Slides, you can use Video Shop, you can use iMovie, any number of applications you can use to make a film about this. But we're going to see what happens. Then we're going to share that with the class. Every group, or every person is going to have slightly different results because they had started with different water. They'd put different types of mulch in it, various types of soil, and we're going to see what happens. In order to deepen your understanding, if you have the ability to do this, we're going to simulate what we see here. Again, right just off the bank of Lake Louisville, there is this home here, and as you see, it has a manicured lawn and a garden and everything else, and all of the water that these people put on their lawn, and when it rains, that's all going to run off directly into this culvert right here, and from there directly into Lake Louisville, which is about 100 feet away at this point. Now, this is kind of a bonus if you feel so inclined and have the financial means to do so. But what I'd want you to do is to simulate this right here: fertilizer, anthropogenic, which is to say man-made. Anthro meaning man, genic meaning genesis or origin. So from man's origin is what that term means. Anthropogenic sources of nitrogen and phosphorus. So you're going to take a third thing of pond water, assuming those are full of pond water, the same pond water that you use for the other two, and then you're going to add a little bit of fertilizer. You may have some basic lawn fertilizer around your home, or if there's sample packets or something like that at Lowe's or Home Depot, or maybe you're going to fertilize your lawn anyway, and so you're buying some fertilizer. Take a small amount, like a tablespoon of that, and add it to one of these large jugs here. In fact, it can even be smaller than that. Add even a teaspoon of that material, probably a tablespoon for the 3-liter, and maybe a teaspoon if you're doing the 2-liter. And then we are going to see how that one compares to the organic matter that would flow into these streams and lakes naturally, run off through forests and things like that. Then we're going to talk about what affects runoff, like soil density and proximity to the water, And we're also going to talk about streamside management zones, or wildland areas between residential areas and aquatic ecosystems. This buffer area of living things that can soak all that up without it running directly into our creeks and lakes. So if there is no buffer area, as right here there is no buffer area, we're going to simulate that with this third 3-liter or 2-liter bottle. Like I said, I'm not going to require that because you may have to spend $5 on fertilizer, but if you feel like doing that just to see and deepen your understanding, go for it. Make sure it's in the film, make sure it's labeled, and we'll compare that to your control group and see what happens.